Welcome into the NBA 411. I'm Prim Saripapat. There's only about a week left in the regular season, and it's crunch time for a lot of teams. Now, for the unfortunate who know there's zero chance they'll be headed to the playoffs, these teams are already thinking about the future. Today's topic is one that has been talked about for years: teams tanking in order to improve their draft position. We begin the discussion with Mike Wallace.
From Cleveland to Toronto, Golden State on up to Portland, there have been a number of phenomenal so-called tank jobs going on around the league in recent weeks. But none has been as impressive as this guy's Charlotte Bobcats. Why? Because the Bobcats didn't just get historically bad overnight. This has been a 2-year process in the making. Remember, it was just 2 seasons ago when this team was in the playoffs with Tyson Chandler, Boris Diaw, Gerald Wallace, and Steven Jackson. Now those guys are all gone, some on contenders, some even won a championship since then. What's left behind is a group of young draft picks, D-League call-ups, and players that, well, may or may not make it in the league. Heck, this team is even on its backup coach, with Paul Silas turning the reins over to young Steven Silas in some games. What you see now is a team clearly gunning for the #1 pick, and hopefully they will get a shot at Anthony Davis. Otherwise, Air Jordan's team could sure use a spare Jordan.
Remember what Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart said about obscenity? That he couldn't give you a description, but he knew it when he saw it? It's kind of like tanking. There's no hard and true criteria, but you know it when you see it. And in Charlotte, you have a roster that's not designed for competitive NBA basketball. And right now in Golden State, you have players who wouldn't crack a 9-man rotation on an average team who are logging considerable minutes for the Warriors. On the other hand, you can't blame those teams. This is the system the NBA has instituted, and these teams are just taking advantage of it.
You see a team like the Warriors or the Nets holding out a star guard and you think, oh, maybe that's tanking. And maybe it is tanking, but it's not the kind of tanking that gets me fired up. What I'm fired up about is the multi-year thing. That's what's crazy. I want to see 30 front offices tearing their hair out night after night trying to figure out how to get one more win, whether it's adding a free agent, developing a young player, whatever it takes. I want them trying to win every single game. That's the competition that my dollars are paying for when I pay for a league pass or go buy a ticket to an NBA game. But when we have teams like the early years of the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Charlotte Bobcats right now, where they're actually following, or the Hornets for crying out loud, they're following a strategy of being bad in order to eventually be good. I don't want to watch a team being bad. I want to watch every team trying to be good. That's what bothers me about tanking.
NBA teams are incentivized to tank, so of course they do. See, if you lose enough games, there's a slim chance that you'll get a draft pick that leads to a franchise-altering talent. To rebuild, teams will first tear themselves down. The problem is, history shows it doesn't work all that often. This year, the Warriors, Bobcats, and Cavaliers are all trying it. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. That's going to do it for the NBA 411 for today. I'm Prim Saripapat. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you guys next week.